taking, okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Money Manifestation Monday. Coming at you. We have Brittany and Kristina here, myself and Kristina, and we are going to talk about how we can get back on track after the holiday, after maybe some distractions, and our mind may not be in the right place, or might not be able to focus like we used to, or that we are, usually are able to. Sometimes that's hard after a holiday or after something that's going on. It's hard to get back on track sometimes. And also how important it is to get back on track so that we can focus on ourselves and focus on our future and our business. And it's hard to do that sometimes when personal things happen. And what we have to do is just persevere and move forward and know that, like we have here with our high ticket sales business, we have an amazing community that we can just go to sometimes when you're just not knowing how to get back on track. And so, we are here after Easter. So I know a lot of you guys have to go back to a 9-to-5 job and had to get up really early, and you're just like feeling like you're just dragging through the day. And I know what that was like. I had days like that. I know, Kristina, you had days like that after a holiday and trying to get back on track.
I'm having a day like that right now.
Yeah. And it's okay, like, to feel raw, to feel like we're being honest here. Like, I went out of town over the weekend, got back late last night, and today I have my daughter when she's normally at daycare, and I just feel scatterbrained. And what I did, I still got up. I still did my things I normally do in the morning, but throughout the day, it was different than normal. And I'm still trying to work my business and message people, but I know that I was being a little more short with some people, or I wasn't being able to feel fully in it energy wise. And that's a cool thing about this business, is that it's okay if we take breaks. It's okay if we still don't feel 100%, but when we show up, how you feel that day, however you show up, that's still 100% because you did your best.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Yeah. And it's like me being honest here. This is the transparency room, and us being completely real with who we are. And that's the beauty of this type of business, is we are just ourselves. Like, being authentic is our brand. Being authentic is how we make our paychecks and everything like that. So, to be honest, one of those days is we didn't even know what we were talking about. She didn't even know anything about my day, and I'm actually experiencing a day like that right now as a single mama. As a single mama that has tremendous trauma, and was a stay-at-home mom. Can you guys hear me well still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was, has like all this stuff going on behind the scenes, and I'm going to break it down a little bit for you guys, just so you guys can see how when you're going through life, because everyone goes through life, no one's exempt from life, period. Like, no one. So as I speak upon a little bit of my story, I don't ever want you guys to get in the spirit of pity or poor Kristina. No, these are my trials and tribulations that I have to overcome, that I have to push through every day through. And there's no pity party. It's just my struggles of life, just like everyone else has their own personal struggles. These are my struggles. So I was a stay-at-home mom for 15 years. That was my whole identity for 15 years, you guys. From the time I was 19 until 33, I was a stay-at-home mom. Like, that's what I did. That's what I knew, right? And then and my whole life, and the business is going to tie into this, so stick with me. My whole life my whole life took a shift, and I turned into having to be a single mama, find a career path, and do all the things, a complete culture shock, right? And that's where high ticket sales kind of came upon me and everything like that. But nonetheless, like, high ticket sales is what I'm doing, but I have all these trials and tribulations that I go through. Easter, on a holiday, co-parenting with someone that has
Let's go. Go ahead.
co-parenting with someone that is not a very safe co-parent. And mentally, to me, I have, extended family that I struggle with. So on a holiday for me and my kids, we went through a lot of turmoil yesterday, like a lot. On top of me being a single mom, on top of me having to, fit the bill for everything, and so it's like all that emotions, like, and I sit here in so much gratitude that I work a business that I get to express these emotions, that I get to feel these emotions, that I actually get to work through these emotions with my audience, with my people, with you guys, whoever's listening right now, right? And and make it a part of my brand and find other people that are in situations like mine and build legacies with people like me rather than
Mhm.
going and go, going and having to suck it up because it's Monday morning, right? Having to suck it up, and it doesn't matter that I stayed up until 2 o'clock in the morning, bawling my eyes out all night, right? It matters that it would just mean you have to show up, put that smile on your face, and perform. Which I still like to put a smile on my face because I'm an optimistic person, but I don't have to perform.
Right, right.
You know what I
Yep,
mean? And
yep.
that's how you push through, because when you don't have to perform and you get to truly just be authentic, then that's where a business like this is such a fucking blessing, and it's so damn lucrative. It's like, okay, bet. And that's truly why, on top of I have no one that helps me with my kids, this was another reason for me. I don't have anyone that helps me with my kids. Who's picking up my kids from the school? Me, because that was my identity for 15 years. So what, everyone's accustomed to me being the person that's there. No one else picks up the slack. No one else does that. That's on me. So again, another perfect business model is to be able to work around a schedule that I personally don't really have a lot of other choices. And
Right.
like that's a blessing, you guys. And this is something that I don't feel like people wrap their heads around as much as, like, these are the real and raw stuff that Brittany could not have picked a better topic right now, because I actually could come to you guys real life right now, live with you guys. What the topic she chose, I'm showing you guys firsthand what it's like when you're going through the emotions of life, but you still show up, because that is what it is your life.
Yep. Yep. It's so neat how I think when you are really in tune with yourself and you with your emotions and with your feelings, your plans for your future too, but like in tune with yourself, it is really easy to not sit in it and just dwell, but you like what you need to do, you can still feel those emotions, but yet you can still go about your day and do things too. And yet there's so many times that Kristina and I are on the same page about things. And like I think it's because we're being our authentic selves that like we're being open. And then yet somehow we're on the same page about let's talk about this. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, that's what I was just thinking. And like the cool thing about this business that we are in is that we have learned so much more on how to deal with these things that are going on with our life, whatever it may be. There's ups and downs, and know that those things are there for a reason. And know when we have those ups and downs that we can use those to share with other people and to help other people. The more that we're being our authentic selves, the more that we are helping others because they can relate to what we are going through as well. And so I've learned so much about that and even more and be able to grow in that through this business. Because like personal development is so important. And being able to do that through this business is like it's growing our business, but growing ourselves in our personal life as well. And I've known too, like when I'm going through something, I know before this business that it was so much harder for me to deal with it. It was so much harder for me to just like keep moving on. I would just didn't know what to do. And now through this and through like our self-development and going, I would listen to podcasts, I would talk to people now on our team, like, and then like know that we're not the only ones going through this stuff, this crud in our lives. And knowing that, like, you don't have to just let this define you. and let this, like, whatever it is, thinking that you have to stay in this situation and through this, like, feeling this way, feeling stuck, feeling traumatized, feeling whatever it is. You don't have to stay there.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
can move on and use this as a tool to learn from and then move on from it and be able to know that you have a future and you have hope and you have dreams that can actually happen. And staying in that hope too. Staying in that hope and remembering your why, right, Kristina? I'm
Yeah.
sure your why is your part of your why is probably your kids,
Yeah,
right?
that's the big why. Yeah, and wanting to
Yeah.
build a legacy, and
Uh-huh.
we have legacy capability here, you know, and to
Yes,
build a
yes,
legacy for my kids, and not even
yes.
just for my kids. I needed something that
Mhm.
I could build for myself that was outside of my children also, you know, like when
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm still on that path, you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still building my brand. I'm still doing all that. And the thing is,
Mhm.
as you get more involved, things shift and everything. So we come in and we give you guys a blueprint on how to attract and how to do things. And but then you realize that as you grow, things could shift sometimes. And like
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm going through a major shift right now, a
Mhm.
major
Mhm.
rebrand, if you will, again.
Mhm.
And it's like that's the cool thing about it. Yes, my why is my kids, but outside of my why is that I want to have something that's identified for just me.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And but like it's like all of it, you guys. It's like I can't think of one thing that's not a blessing when it comes to a structure like this, a business structure like this, with the compensation being so lucrative, with the time freedom, with the financial freedom as you build, with the legacy built for you and your children or anyone that you
Mhm.
decide to build it for, with the medical grade water. There's just so many positive things, you guys. Like, you don't have the boss, you are the boss, which that right there is a topic that I definitely want to tap into more. But
Yeah.
that comes in waves of good and bad. Sometimes it's a little hard when you don't got no one structuring you, right?
Right.
But nonetheless,
That's what I'm
but
talking about. Getting back on track. Sometimes it's
yeah,
hard when you're your own boss, but you still have to do it.
yeah, exactly. And it's hard when you're going through the motions and you're home and everything
Mhm.
like that, right? But at the end of the day, if you really truly learn, how she said, to really go with the flow of your spirit and do, even just like the blessing right now, like my energy, if you guys watch us, usually my energy is like super, super high, right? Which I'm still in a state of gratitude, but my energy was so drained yesterday that I'm so exhausted right now. The blessing of that, I'm even going to be able to go after this right now, do a little bit of my work, and then I'm going to go back and take a nap and give my body the grace that it needs right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that right there in itself is just like super huge, because how, like, we're just living a culture of hustle, 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 hustle and bustle, hustle and bustle. Hard work doesn't equal more money, you guys. Really learning how to exist and make money is the real key to life.
Yep.
So I'm going to exist and I'm going to go honor my soul and honor my body. And then I'm going to meditate and do some spiritual stuff and continue to work throughout the day and talk to people and everything like that. But at the end of the day, it's about me.
Yep.
It's about us. Like, you get to be you and a mama and a wife and whatever your life is, you get to be that in your spirit, not
Yep.
someone else's.
I love that. And that's what we like encourage people to do. Like whatever you are, wherever you are in life and whoever you are, like use that. You get to use that to build your brand here and build your business and build a legacy. And when we actually say build a legacy, it's not just like, cool, you get to leave a memory behind. No, you actually get to do something that actually benefits your children or your loved ones, that like you get to hand down this business to your loved ones, which they get to receive money and commissions for life. They don't even have to work this business. Usually, if you like are owner of a restaurant, and you something happens to you, or you sell your restaurant or give your restaurant to your children, your children still have to work that restaurant and still have
Yeah,
to
don't
manage
pass
it.
me a restaurant down. I don't want that shit.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna sell
right,
that real quick. I don't care how
yeah,
much blood, sweat, and tears you put into that restaurant.
right.
I ain't taking over no damn
Yeah,
restaurant.
yeah. And I've seen it two ways with restaurant owners where they have decided to hand their restaurant down to their children, okay, and their children have to manage it and it's still hard work. Or that restaurant owner decided, I don't think my children are going to do a good job at this. And I've seen it where that restaurant owner just sold the restaurant or closed it down instead of handing it down to their children.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And with here, when we hand our business down to our children, they're not having to manage it. They don't have to work it. They don't have to do anything at all. But yet they still get to receive monthly commissions for life. Like that's
cool.
outstanding. Like I don't know any other business you can do that. Like
No,
it's awesome. Like that's also what keeps me going and keeps me motivated too, is knowing that this is something, she is my why, and getting to do that for her. And it is just like it's a huge, like, I don't know, I think it's a relief too, knowing that like I don't have to worry about her future too. But like getting to have that as a amazing opportunity here, one of the opportunities that we have here. And the cool thing too is that like when we have off days, like we don't have to worry about working an entire 8-hour day. When we feel down and want to just rest or whatever's going on, like we don't have to just clock in for 8 hours and be around a bunch of people. Is that like when we work our business, we can do it in our bed even.
That's what I'll be doing today. Well, actually, my sons have had an early morning tournament game this morning, and then we have to go back to the tournament. But in between that, and then when I'm at the tournament, I'm working. You know, it's like you just learn how to find the pockets and everything. But your life is your brand, your life is your paycheck, and that's a fucking blessing. Like I can never unhear what a blessing that is. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if you guys saw my life I got 4 babies. You know, I got 3 at home, one that lives in another state. And so imagine, you know, all the work that comes with being a single mom and stuff like that. This structure, I know it wasn't built for mamas, but it feels like nowadays it's built for mamas.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And busy mamas, because I think I was busy before I became a mom, and I became a mom, and I'm even busier. And I try to do that. And that's my thing too, is setting priorities and knowing like when to say no to things I don't need to do. And like I get really optimistic and ambitious, and then I realize sometimes if I said yes to too many things, that I'm like, I didn't need to do this, but I already said yes to it. So knowing like
we need to have a topic on that.
And like today I was even just thinking about that. Like there are things that I'm saying no to that is I need to say no to. It's not going to benefit me. And it's part of my people pleasing personality as well. That like do these things that benefit me, but say no to stuff. Like say no to things. You don't have to do everything. Like,
oh, I needed to hear that. Those words right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no doubt. The word knows. I'm a yes person. I rather say yes. I'm a yes person. It's like
I'm like, let's do it. Yes, let's do it.
With my kids, but I feel like we should write that down for our topic.
And then it's okay. I think also it's okay to say yes, maybe at the time, but as it gets closer, it's totally okay to say, I know I said yes then, but right now I feel too overwhelmed, or I feel too tired right now, or I need to take care of my kids, or whatever it is, to be like, this is what's going on. I'm going to have to, reschedule, And the cool thing too, like about this business is that, like you said, we work it in the pockets of our day. And so when you say and you watch us and you see that we're posting about this business and that we are doing these things, it doesn't take us all day long to do any of this stuff though. So when you say I'm too busy or I have this much going on, a lot of us were way too busy before this. And actually doing this helped me to be less busy. When you added this on, it's weird as it sounds, adding this business on actually gave me more time because I'm able to learn through it and process and prioritize now. I thought I knew how to prioritize, but I didn't until this.
That's right.
Yeah. And when you're your own boss too, like there are different daily practices that you have to build a habit around. And so there's certain things I do every day that are like the same things with this business, or the same things every day that I do. And so I do that first thing in the morning. And then as the day goes on, I kind of fit these things into the pockets of my day. And it's like, I have my daughter with me all day long today. I don't normally do that, but I still worked the business, and it still worked out as well. And it stressed me out. And actually, when I don't work the business, I feel more stressed out. So working it is like good for me mentally too.
Yeah, no, for real. No, for real. With that being said, we'd like to invite you guys to come check this out with us. It's remote high ticket sales. It's a hustle. It's a business that will challenge you to be a greater version of yourself. But nonetheless, it's a very lucrative business. It's a blessing to be in the position that you're able to truly live a free life and build on your terms and build on your spirit. And that's probably my biggest blessing right there, is building it within your own spirit. You don't really understand what the power holds within until you experience what that feels like, is to truly live within your spirit. We're so accustomed as a society to live in other people's energies and work for other people's paychecks. But when you're doing that for yourself, there's something special that happens within yourself that just keeps being nourished and keeps flourishing. And you go through trials and tribulations just like any other life situation, but you truly do always seem to come out feeling a whole lot more empowered, because you know that you're doing it for you and yours.
Exactly. It's so true. And doing this, and it is being in your spirit and like being able to do these things and know that it's actually growing you and pushing you, but growing in your spirit more is what we need. It's so important. So we do, like, if you're watching this, you're like, this is really touching me. This is really something that I'm like feeling drawn towards. And I want to see how I can do this as well, or I want more information. Like, just reach out to either Kristina or I, like whoever you feel more aligned with, and we'll help you be more of your authentic self. Like, this is truly something that we are all about here, is being more about your authentic self and learning how to do that. And I just love that. So thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you for whoever watched. And if you are going to catch the replay, do #replay. And you can either comment or message manifest to either of us, or comment below. And we will get you on to a brighter, more authentic future.
That's right.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Bye.